you are rocking the Flip 5. Your take on the Flip 6 now?
I think it's exciting, the new features that they have on the Flip 6. For me, it's always been exciting to know that even when they launched the Flip 5, the screen at the front was bigger.
Yes.
And you could take your selfies and all that. So I abused it. I'm sure even the phone, if it can talk, it will tell me it's okay. So I'm glad that the Flip 6 is here so that I can finally rest Flip 5 and still continue with my selfies and all the other exciting things. But yeah, I think it's great.
So it means you're actually upgrading to the 6.
Oh, I am. I even want the fold. I want the phone. I want the watch, the ring. Whatever they have, I'm collecting.
Because I was like, okay, why don't you ditch the Flip and just stick with the Fold? It's already 2 phones.
Well, in actual fact, I'm also eyeing the fold, especially because of the fact that, it has the features where it determines when you're stressed and you need to rest, and all the generative AI features as well. So I'm really gunning for that one. And if I get it, why not?
And Bella, you're a productive person. How is the AI integration with the phones helping you with your work now?
So, funny enough, I've had to develop scripts for my events every time I have to host. I do get support from the production team, but I also like to have my own words put together. And sometimes you're just blank. You don't know what to do. So you just type in maybe one sentence or a phrase and ask generative AI to just develop it for you. And they do it so perfectly. I even get shocked. I'm wondering how a phone is more intelligent sometimes than I am. But it makes my work very easy. So I'm able to deliver when I get on stage. So I think that's been my most exciting feature.
I love it. So finally, you are one of the faces of Samsung. How does it feel?
It feels great. It feels humbling as well, knowing that over the years I've had the opportunity to try out, all their options and, the new features that have come with it as well. And I think it's made my life even better. Now I don't even have to make noise. Wherever I go, people come to me and like, I like you because you're a Samsung ambassador. Like, oh yeah, that's good. So I think it's been great. It's impacted on my brand as well, and I'm excited.
Sorry, Desi. Another year, another Fold. What do you think?
So for me, the Fold has changed. Basically, it looks more boxier. The screen is bigger, which means obviously those who love gaming will have a bigger screen to play with. For watching content too, it's bigger enough to see content in a wide aspect ratio. I'm also excited about the Flip 6. So for the past 1 year, if I take it, I've been using the Flip 5, and it's been my main device for this 1 year. The Flip 6 brings much more personality to the Flip than the Flip 5. So if you take a look at the phone itself, around the camera rings, the colors that appear on the ring reflect the phone. So for the Flip 5, if it's even blue, it will be black. So it brings a new personality to the devices. Also, the translate feature that was shown on the Flip 6. I don't think it's available on the Flip 5, but it's great enough that if I'm having a conversation with someone who speaks, let's say, French, and in a different country, and I am speaking in the cover screen, like in the screen, the person can see their interpretation on the cover screen, which is really exciting. For me, I don't listen to music that much. If it was maybe a couple of years back, I would have spoken about the Buds. But it's still very nice considering that they have 2 Buds available, the Buds and the Buds Pro, with the Buds Pro having in-ear tips for those who prefer that. It's great. It's a good looking earbud. It's offering sound quality that is really impressive. And also the AI feature that allows you to have, let's say, you're walking on the street, listening to music, and an ambulance is passing. It alerts you that an ambulance is passing, which is really nice.
All right, but we are getting a ring, right?
The ring, if it's available, yes, why not? $399. That's a problem, but
People spend that much on rings for weddings, so
people spend that much in the club, so it's normal. It's
see
normal.
that then. Is that a ring?
No, it's not.
Are we getting a ring?
Unfortunately, not in this market. It's not coming to Africa. It's just Middle East.
Middle East, but we all use rings.
I understand, but then I think they are, the price, and then the whole exchange rate is actually going to make it way higher to actually buy.
In a case someone wants it in Ghana, how does the person go about it?
So we have a Samsung online page. You can actually order online and then get it in. So yeah.
Okay. And about your favorite device so far, please tell me about it.
So I think my favorite, I didn't mention it during the Unpacked event. My favorite has to do with the buds. The fact that it has an automatic noise cancellation where it detects your environment and then adjusts the active noise cancellation based on occurrence around you. So I think that's one of the my major favorites. And then the next one has to do with the composer. I found myself in some instance where I need to reply a message. I have the idea, but then how to construct the wording became a problem. So it's safe to know that now you can just put in some few words and then it will just generate everything for you. So yeah.
We know everyone is watching. Please tell our audience why they need to get any of the device.
I mean, we're in the AI revolution now. Everything is AI now. And then what more better time is there for you not to get a phone that's powered by Galaxy AI? You understand? Your mobile device are supposed to make your life easier. So with the power of AI, it's definitely going to be easy for you. So definitely, this is the right time to get the phone.
What is your take on today's Unpacked?
Honestly, I love everything about it. The devices look more steady now, right? And now we have IP rating, which is was something we're worried about because of course the luxury device and you wouldn't expect water to destroy it that easily, So now that dust to destroy it that easily. So now that we have protection for that, it's amazing. Again, the highlight of the show, AI. So Galaxy AI, improving it, adding more features, sketch to draw. I'm going to see this everywhere. It's one of my mind-blowing features. Love it so much. Then there's Composer, which is now I don't have to stress with writing emails, knowing how to draft it professionally. So now it doesn't look boring, and it makes it much more structured. So generally, I think these are great stuff. Let's not forget about the accessories, the smartwatch, Watch Ultra, Buds 3 Pro, and I mean, apart from everything the Buds can do, I actually like the slight design touch. There's this neon lighting around the edges of it. It makes it very nice. Yeah, and I really love that. For the Z Fold, I mean, honestly speaking, it still looks like the previous year, but I can tell that they've actually unified the bezels now. It looks much more thinner. It looks a bit boxy on the edges now. It's not as before, and so it gives it a much more premium look as compared to before. Honestly speaking, I was expecting the external display to be a bit wider. Even though it is a bit wider, it's not as wide as I was expecting it, but maybe, I mean, it's not a bad device. It looks very premium. It looks nice. It looks like something I would want to get. So it's great.
And it's good you are here. You are one of the AI ambassadors. So what is your take on the collaboration between Google and Samsung? Are they competing or they are just...
As it stands now, I don't think they are competing. Now that they've merged and unified, it's a brilliant idea because you know how powerful Google is when it comes to AI. Now Samsung collaborating with them to implement and incorporate these things into their devices is great. I honestly think it's a good thing, and I'm happy and I'm here for it.
These devices, I would just call they enhance 4 things: productivity, communication, creativity, and then health and monitoring tools. So it cuts across from the Z Fold 6 to the Z Flip 6 to our wearable devices. That's the new Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro, and then our new lineup of watches, Watch 7, and then the Watch Ultra.
A few years, about 2 years ago, I remember there was a partnership between Microsoft and then Samsung. But now I just hear Google and Samsung. What's up with Microsoft?
Yeah, so the partnership with Microsoft is still there, but I think now looking at the current dispensation we find ourselves in with regards to AI, Google is trying to push Gemini. I know Microsoft has its Copilot, but as of now, it's Google Gemini that has been integrated into the search engine on our Samsung Galaxy devices. That's how come we still see Samsung and Google at the forefront. But our partnership with Microsoft is still there. Yeah.
And finally, with features, which one stood out, or which one are you even pushing for us to continue use?
For me, all the features are wonderful. My favorite, it's really hard to tell, but I like Smart Reply. So Smart Reply, what it does is the AI is able to, it would analyze your last 7 interactions with whoever is sending you the message, and then it will give you an appropriate response. So formerly, we're used to simple responses like yes, no, like very short responses, but on the flip, Smart Reply is able to do more. It would analyze more messages and give you more details about your response. And then I also like the listening mode, where if I have the buds, right, and let's say I'm in a classroom or I've traveled somewhere and somebody is speaking a different language, I would hear that language in the language that I understand, even though the person is speaking it also in their native language.
With Samsung's AI, what makes Samsung's phone outstanding? What makes it stand out? So far, you've used it. We are yet to test the other one.
So, the thing about AI is about the training and amount of data that's been fed into it. And I think that it goes without saying that Samsung was already in the market with this technology and has already gotten a lot of data to train their models. So it's first the market, you get enough data to train, it gets better. And over time it beats other devices, in the market. So I can say for a fact that there are things that it will be able to do better that the others may not be able to do. Another thing that people need to also take into consideration is diversity. You see, Samsung devices cover a lot of different markets. So you have a lot of diverse users. I'm not saying the others don't cover a lot of markets, but for every different price bracket, you have a device in Samsung. And Samsung says the Galaxy AI is coming to 200 million devices. Yes. That's unprecedented. So imagine that almost every single price bracket gets access to these features, are using it, training this AI engine to understand the differences, the nuances, and how we are not the same. We are not all white. We're not all European or American. There are people in India, there are people in Africa, and even in Africa, there's a lot of diverse cultures. It will be able to learn from us and then get things better. When you take any AI model and I ask you to create a person in Ghana, it's where the person can take. But then there are people from the north who should be wearing a smock. There are people from the Volta region, people from the central, western, different cultures, and it should be able to tell these things. But it can't tell because we haven't fed them the data. But thankfully, if you have devices that have these capabilities that spread across different cultures, they're able to learn and improve that AI. So honestly, I think that with time, the Galaxy AI will get better than most other AIs out there.
All right, another year, Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. So many devices we saw here. Which one got your attention?
I mean, the devices, they're there already, just upgrades. But for me, I think what caught my eye was the general Galaxy AI experience, because I haven't experienced it yet. And so just to know what they are doing in terms of around AI is amazing, and all the tools that people can use to enhance productivity in whatever field they find themselves. It's amazing. For me also, the ring was interesting. I've always wondered how the watch works, because but I feel the ring actually is around, it's taking body figures easier. So if I want to try anything, it to be that. But I'm not an accessories person, so as you can see, no watch, no ring, and so it will be interesting to see if I can use those things in general. Yeah, I think it's supposed to have real impact in terms of enhancing what you're doing, and so that has been my take on AI. I see some things and I'm like, actually, what's the point? But some are also very impactful. I think most people were even having the conversation around even homework.
Yes.
People now, if you can let something do your homework for you, then really
We are going to be very lazy soon.
you're going to be lazy. But I mean, some things we need that kind of assistance, and I'm sure maybe there's this initial sort of fighting it because it's new, but it will come to a point that it becomes a norm, and I guess it becomes a daily thing. You're not even analyzing or over-analyzing analyzing it.
Your take on Samsung so far?
Amazing quality. I think any time that I think about Samsung, one of the unique phrase or word that comes to mind is quality, the value, giving you something that is timeless. You know, sometimes when you're going to buy a product, you want to ask the warranty because you are scared possibly it might break, and so you want to say, hey, what is the warranty? Because but I think anytime that I want to purchase any product with regards to Samsung, I don't need to ask for the warranty, because I know obviously it's coming with some quality. So quality, top notch, value, etc.
You know the hype about AI. How are you integrating it into your work now?
It will shock you that I got addicted to it right from inception, because in my world of journalism as a blogger,
I need my captionings right. I need to ask some basic questions, some informations, try to rephrase and coin certain messages that I put out, because chunk of Ghanaians are on my page learning every day. And so AI has become my go-to, where I interact with to ask questions for directions, for informations, for ideas on how I can even come up with a lot of things. So for me, I've been able to sink in very well, and it is actually helping me.
It's been a great day. I don't know what you feel about the new devices, but share your thoughts with me. Hit our social media page and let me know. The name again is Enel Scateno. And until next time, let's do more with our tech. See ya.